Let's get some further discussion now on energy more broadly. Joining me is the Nationals MP, member for Mallee, Dr Anne Webster. Thanks for your time. We had this the default market offer released this week on energy prices. Looks like finally there will be some reductions, including in your home state. Do you welcome that?
Look, any reduction, every constituent's going to welcome. It's just not enough. And my constituents will still be at least $500 poorer. So, you mentioned the gas issue in Victoria. I mean, if Victorian state government hadn't closed down gas exploration altogether, then Victoria was a powerhouse prior to, both with gas and with coal. Now we have wind turbines going throughout my entire electorate for agricultural land, prime agricultural land and pristine bushland. So it's a huge issue to us.
When you say your entire electorate, are these investors out of Melbourne, out of Sydney? Is it farmers selling up? What's happening?
Well, that is the risk. I mean, Chris Bowen talked about, and the Victorian state government came out and said that if the offshore wind turbines don't happen, that they will require 70% of ag land in Victoria. Well, I have completely ag land across Victoria, across my electorate. We have 400 kilometres of transmission lines that is being promised to us. Lucky us. And look, communities are deeply upset. There are great questions about productivity going forward because of this.
Upset or split? Because there'd be some, would there not, that would...
There are some who are
taking it on
turbines,
and investing.
Yeah, they see it as an ability to make money, to drought-proof them. But there are a lot of community members who are deeply upset about this going forward. And this is the problem. The way TCV, Transmission Company of Victoria, AEMO have behaved in terms of their consultation has actually been to pit neighbour against neighbour. I've been walking with my community through some terrible community meetings.
This week, on another matter, we've had the Chinese Foreign Minister here. Do you welcome the fact that things are back on an even keel? And he did meet with senior representatives of the coalition as well. Wine exports about to take off again. Are things back to where they should be?
Look, any lifting of tariffs will be very welcome. The fact is they shouldn't have happened in the first place. And, under the coalition, we did the right thing by going to the WTO and asking for the resolutions to be a process going forward. The only thing that is the best outcome here is if all the tariffs are lifted.
Indeed. And finally, Kevin Rudd, his future as ambassador to the United States. Bit of a question mark after the comments of Donald Trump, but do you think this should be out of partisan politics, that we should be supporting Australia's diplomats overseas?
Well, I think that we need to be supportive of our US ally as our number one ally. And the diplomat probably would have aided him if he had been diplomatic all the way through. And unfortunately, he has not been. So I think there's a bit of work for Kevin Rudd to do as our ambassador to mop up the mess that ultimately he created.